Sunday, December 21st, 2025. AGNDD IntelliReport topic. SeaWorld Orlando announces death of Katina the killer whale. Please pardon any visual and informational inaccuracies in this partially AI-generated article-based video. SeaWorld Orlando announces death of Katina the killer whale. By Space Coast Daily / December 22nd, 2025. Katina passed away at the age of 50. Orlando, Florida. SeaWorld is mourning the loss of Katina, one of its most beloved killer whales who passed away at the age of 50. SeaWorld officials said Katina's health had been in significant decline as she entered her geriatric years. Over the past several weeks, animal care and veterinary teams closely monitored her condition around the clock, focusing on her comfort and welfare as her health worsened. Despite extensive efforts, Katina died peacefully while surrounded by the animal care and medical professionals who had worked alongside her for nearly 4 decades. Known for her big personality, Katina was a favorite among both staff and guests. She was especially recognizable for her playful habit of sticking out her tongue and her love of the speed swim, where she would power through the water and create a swirling cyclone behind her. Those behaviors became part of her signature presence and endeared her to generations of visitors. For many years, Katina inspired millions of guests to develop a deeper appreciation for killer whales and marine life. SeaWorld described her passing as an incredibly difficult loss for everyone who knew and cared for her, as well as for her loyal fans around the world. The park expressed gratitude for the support from the community as staff and supporters come together to grieve and honor Katina's legacy. Article Katina Orca, from Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia. Katina, c. 1975, December 20th, 2025, was a female orca who lived at SeaWorld Orlando in Florida. She was captured off Iceland at approximately 3 years of age on the 26th of October, 1978. She was the most successful breeding female orca in captivity. SeaWorld Orlando celebrated her birthday on June 1st every year. Transfers. Katina was born around 1975. 1. Upon her capture, Katina was purchased by Marineland in Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada, where she was first named Can-Do 6. She was shipped to the facility soon after. However, she did not spend much time there. Sometime between April and June 1979, Katina was bought by SeaWorld. She was first sent to their park in San Diego. In 1982, Katina was moved to SeaWorld, Ohio in Aurora with another female named Kasatka, also captured in Iceland in October 1978. For 2 years, the two would perform in the Ohio park during the summer months and then be moved back to San Diego for the winter. Finally, in September or October 1984, Katina was transferred to SeaWorld Orlando. She remained there until her death on December 20th, 2025. Orca whale family members. Asterisk signifies that the animal is deceased. Daughters: Kalina asterisk, 1985-2010, Katarina asterisk, 1988-1999, Una asterisk, 1996-2015, and Nalani, 2006. Sons: Taku asterisk, 1993-2007, Ikaika, 2002, and Makayo, 2010. Granddaughters: Kalina's stillborn asterisk, Skyla asterisk, 2004-2021, Una's stillborn asterisk, and Nalani, 2006. Grandsons: Keet, 1993, Keto asterisk, 1995-2024, Tuar, 1999, and Trua, 2005. Unknown grandchildren: Una's 2 unconfirmed pregnancies asterisk. Great-granddaughters: Kalia, 2004, Halen asterisk, 2005-2008, Vicky asterisk, 2012-2013, and Eula asterisk, 2018-2021. Great-grandson: Aiden, 2010. Unconfirmed great-grandson: Kayla's miscarriage asterisk. Unconfirmed great-granddaughter: Una's stillborn asterisk. Unconfirmed unknown great-grandchildren: Una's 2 unconfirmed pregnancies asterisk. Great-great-granddaughter Amaya Asterisk, 2014-2021. Possible relatives: Betty Asterisk, 1975 to 1987. Birth of Katina the orca whale. Katina became pregnant in the early spring of 1984 at SeaWorld, San Diego. She had mated with a male named Winston, a member of the southern resident orca community captured near Coupeville, Washington in 1970. Soon afterward, she was moved back to SeaWorld, Ohio for the summer. While there, the trainers realized she was pregnant. Because of this, she was moved to Orlando at the end of the summer season. On September 26, 1985, Katina went into labor. A few hours later, she bore her first calf, a female who was named Kalina. Although 10 orca calves had been born in captivity prior to Kalina, none of them had survived past a few weeks. This made Kalina the first orca calf to be successfully born and raised in captivity, which made Katina the first successful captive mother. Kalina had 4 offspring of her own and died at SeaWorld Orlando in October 2010. Other orca calves and grandchildren. Katina gave birth to 7 calves, the first 5 of whom were separated from her and shipped to other parks. 4 have died. In early 1987, an adult male named Kanduke, c. 1971, the 20th of September 1990, arrived in Orlando. He and Katina soon mated. Katina bore her second calf on November 4, 1988. It was another female named Katarina. In early 1991, Katarina was moved to SeaWorld San Antonio. She died there on May 5, 1999, at 10.5 years of age. A male named Tilikum came to SeaWorld in January 1992. It was not long before Katina was pregnant again. She gave birth to her first son on September 9, 1993. The calf was named Taku. He was transferred to SeaWorld San Antonio in November 2006, where he died 11 months later from the West Nile virus. Just 7 months prior to Taku's birth, Katina's older daughter, Kalina, gave birth to her first calf, Keet, on February 2, 1993, thus making Katina a grandmother. Keet was born at SeaWorld San Antonio, where Kalina resided at the time. Katina's next calf, a female named Una, was born on December 27, 1996. In December 2002, Una was sent to SeaWorld San Antonio, where she died in December 2015. Katina's fifth calf, Ikaika, was a male born on August 25, 2002. Ikaika was separated from his mother at age 4 when he was sent to Marineland, Canada on a breeding loan in November 2006. He was eventually transferred to SeaWorld San Diego in November 2011. Taku, Una, and Ikaika were all fathered by Tilikum. Taku impregnated his mother when he reached sexual maturity. The resulting calf, a female named Nalani, was born on September 18, 2006. According to an internal SeaWorld document, both Taku and Ikaika regularly displaced Nalani after they were introduced to her, and Katina herself began displacing her and focusing her attention on her sons. Katina's usual maternal behavior only resumed after Taku and Ikaika were moved out of SeaWorld Orlando in November 2006. On October 9, 2010, Katina gave birth to her 7th and final calf and her 3rd son, Makayo, just 5 days after her first offspring, Kalina, died. He was sired by Tilikum, who had already fathered 3 of her previous children. As of December 2010, Makayo was 7 feet long and weighed approximately 550 pounds. Besides Keet, Katina's daughter Kalina had 3 other calves: Kito, male, born 1995, died 2024, Tuar, male, born 1999, and Skyla, female, born 2004, died 2021. Katina's son Taku fathered a male calf named Trua, who was born to Takara on November 23, 2005. Keet, Kalina's oldest calf, has fathered 2 daughters of his own, Kalia, 2004, and Halen, 2005-2008, making Katina the first ever great-grandmother at SeaWorld. Kito, Kalina's second son, had a son, Aiden, in 2010 and a daughter, Victoria, 2012 to 2013. On December 2, 2014, Kalia gave birth to Katina's first great-great-grandchild, Amaya, sired by Ulysses. Amaya died in August 2021. In recent times, at the time of her death, Katina was about 50 years old and was the second oldest orca in captivity after Corky, who lives at SeaWorld San Diego. Measuring 17 feet and weighing in at about 5,200 pounds, Katina was small compared to most other females, but she was rather bulky. She was considered an excellent performer and very reliable. Jeffrey Vaunter, a former SeaWorld trainer, called her the Cadillac of killer whales. Katina was one of SeaWorld Orlando's main performers and was used daily. She was generally relaxed, sweet-natured, and patient, and had never been involved in any major known incidents with one of her trainers, although SeaWorld has reported that on 5 occasions between 1989 and 1995 she mouthed, bumped, or pushed a trainer. Being SeaWorld Orlando's matriarch, Katina had been the dominant orca at the park since 1987. Sometimes, although rarely, she could be stubborn and refuse to perform. When this happened, usually all of the other orcas followed suit. In 2006, a female named Kayla arrived in Orlando from SeaWorld San Antonio. She and Katina spent a lot of time together until Kayla's death in January 2019. In March 2018, Katina sustained a major injury to her dorsal fin. SeaWorld stated that she had been interacting with several orcas and that Trua had been near her at the moment of the injury, but that it did not know which whale was responsible for it. Her dorsal fin was treated with medical honey and cold laser therapy, and it had since fully healed, although a notch remained visible at its base. Until her death, Katina lived with her 2 youngest offspring, Nalani and Makayo, her grandson Trua, and an unrelated female, Malia, born in 2007. On December 21, 2025, SeaWorld Orlando announced that Katina had died on December 20th, aged around 50, after her health had started to progressively decline over the previous several weeks.
Thank you for watching this AGNDD IntelliReport, dear viewers. Please like, subscribe, and click the bell button to get notified during new uploads. And make sure to tune in next time. Stay safe and healthy. Cheers!